Greetings from Abu Dhabi. This is a requested plant update tour, so I'm putting this on my new channel, Orchid Lady, and it won't have much on there, but it will have this, so hopefully I'll add more videos and it will just be easier for everyone to just see all my plants in one go over there. I'll try and whiz through them. This is like a rescue orchid. It's a phalaenopsis, and although that's the last bloom, I'm hoping more will grow. This is an adenium. It's a Adenium obesidum. It's a desert rose, and I've actually repotted it recently. I've lifted it up quite a bit, so you can see all of this trunk was actually down in the soil. It's actually called a codex, and I'm hoping it will thrive, but we've got huge windows, as you can see, floor to ceiling, and there's a nice view of Abu Dhabi there, all panoramic, going all the way from east to west. That's my old building there, that tall tower. Basically, the windows are all north facing in this apartment, and they're all reflective glass, so I'm just hoping that it will have enough light. If not, I'll put a grow light on it. More phalaenopsis over here, more there. There's a nice new leaf growing, and this is my propagation station. This is another rescue orchid. I'm just hoping it will bloom for me one day. More rescues over here. Some tangerine seeds I've thrown in, and they've grown nicely. And these are AliExpress seeds that I purchased. They were supposed to be calla lily, but they look nothing like calla lily, and neither did the seeds. They're practically weeds, but let's see what happens. There's an amaryllis over there, it's a baby. And more tangerine. More amaryllis babies over here that I've bought from AliExpress as well. Let's just hope they do well. Another one over there. And here I'm propagating some orchids from their spikes. Let's just hope it works. Just some sphagnum moss inside a bottle. I spray it with hydrogen peroxide now and again to keep the fungus off. These are my aglionemas. This is my aglionema wishes. This is my absolute favorite. The one I've got downstairs, I'll show you later. That's the reason I bought this one. The one downstairs has got a lot more varied leaves, and my favorite leaf is that one, that maroon, and it's got some leaves unfurling, 3 flower buds, although the flower buds not really the reason most people buy it. They buy it for these beautiful foliage. And this is Aglionema pink, I think. I'm not really sure of the name, but it's got a nice new leaf growing there. It had a bud before, and it grew into a spath type flower, but it was a bit unremarkable. So if it grows again, I'm going to cut it off, because I just really want it to focus on its leaves, because I want it to thrive with its leaves. This is my propagation table. I cut off the stems of my Sansevieria, and this I repotted yesterday, so these are new, so they're not going to be much growing in there. But these ones I put in a while ago, and look, they grow these beautiful babies. And I repot them. I just snip them off at the end there with a bit of the mother attached, and I pot them up. I mean, there it is over there, under there, if I can show you. There's my Sansevieria with some of the pups put in, the little babies. And more rescues over here. I find the rescue orchids that I don't actually pot up in media and just leave their roots free, they actually give me secondary spikes. And the one downstairs actually even bloomed for me, so that's just something to think about. There's my lemon tree. I grew this from seed, from a lemon that we actually had at home, and it's grown nicely, and I keep chopping it off at the top to encourage side spikes to grow. I mean side shoots. So it's got 2 side shoots growing at the moment, and the top of it is over here. You see, I left it. And there's some faux orchids there, they're not real. This is my gardenia. I bought this from IKEA, and it blooms the buds, there's many buds, but they take forever to open. But when they do open, oh my goodness, you know, the fragrance just hits you as soon as you walk in the room. My husband loves them. And this is my prize orchid. I mean, this orchid, you know, I've been looking for it for ages and ages and ages. Look at the markings on it. It's like God's fountain pen has sprinkled all over the white petals. I just love it because it's just amazing. Each bud has a different marking, and that's what I love. I love individual markings. And I bought this full price. It's around 90 dirhams, and it's beautiful, and it's been blooming for months now. So, you know, well worth the money. And I'm so glad I bought it. I had a faux, an artificial version of it in my ensuite bathroom for, you know, a long time. And I used to wish I could just find the real version of it. And I might actually show you the faux version, but I'll have to take you into my ensuite. I'll do that now, but let me just quickly finish off here. This is the adenium, a little one. And there's some adenium babies, the desert rose babies that I grew from seed. They all grew apart from one, so that's a really good success rate. So I'm really hoping that they grow taller and become maybe like as big as that one over there. And this is another little citrus seed that we just popped in. They all seem to sprout and be happy. This is some leaves off my anthurium from downstairs. And these are some faux orchids that keep me happy when there's nothing else in bloom. Let me take you into my ensuite, but have a look. This is a rescue peace lily that is a spathiphyllum that I bought from a bargain basement store for around $3-4, and that's around 10 dirhams here. And it's doing really well because when it came, it was completely flopped and every leaf looked like it was dead, and then it perked up because I took it out of its soil, which was probably infected, and I put it in water, and now it's growing all these lovely ancillary roots there, like see, water roots growing out, and it's doing really well. So I'm happy about that. Right, this is my bathroom. Sorry, mind my mess. Yeah, this is the actual faux orchid that I've been focusing on and hoping I find it. So it's beautiful, but you know, God's creation can't be compared with. So the real version is a lot more satisfying to look at. Right, I'll take you to the rest of the house. I won't take you to the back bedrooms. There's 2 back bedrooms over there because the windows are facing into the inward courtyard, so there's not much point. I've got no plants in there. That's our faux palm tree that's sitting downstairs, but it's in an area where there's just no light, so it had to be faux. And but there are more live plants down there that are closer to the window. I'll show you when we get down. More faux, because like I said, there's no windows here to speak of. My very first faux orchid that I bought when I moved here from the UK to lovely Abu Dhabi, and it kept me happy while I was busy with other things. Let me take you into my daughter's room. Here is some Sansevieria that we put in water, propagating them, and they're doing very well. Look how big that baby's grown. It's still attached to its mother. And they all have them. They all have these baby pups, if you have a look. They're all growing nicely in there in the water. And here is another full price orchid that's doing absolutely nothing for me but growing a leaf. I'm just hoping these little stubs over here, they grow into flower stalks. There's quite a few of these stubs, but they're doing nothing at the moment. There's a clivia over there, I think it's a cousin of the orchids. I've never had one before, but apparently it gives you lovely blooms, orange blooms. And it's growing nicely. It's got 10, 12 leaves. Here's a rubber plant. That's a new addition. It's looking very happy. And over here is one of my first purchases around 6-7 years ago. And in my old place in Nation Towers, it never bloomed. I don't think it was happy there. But here, it's given me a spath. This spathophyllum's given me a spath. And that spath's been there for quite a while now, a month or two. And it's looking happy, and I'm so happy that it's actually bloomed. So I think it likes this new place. And here is a little Chinese bonsai thing here. I didn't know what it was. Some people have said it's an asparagus or whatever, but it's very unusual and it's very beautiful. My daughter loves it. Okay, I'll take you downstairs. Right, I'll take you down now to show you the downstairs plants. Let's have a go. Let's bear in mind the flip-flop noise. We're all at home because of this pandemic, so I'm not wearing high heel shoes, but I don't usually anyway. Anyway, there is no plants on this console because it's just too far back from the window. Have a look. The window's all the way over there in the distance. So, oh, look at the size of these, or these bark chips. I asked the man at the garden centre to give me something for my orchids, some bark chips, and he gave me these. I mean, they're huge. I mean, have a look. That's a bark chip. I mean, you could probably mount an orchid on that, but that is not a bark chip. That's like a piece of tree. And so it was really useful for nothing but just putting here to decorate my palm tree. So let's take you over. Right, now here's a nice glass. There's a story behind that. I'll let you know why it's sitting there. And here's my Calathea lanciflora. I love it. It's a relatively new addition. It gave me a few crispy leaves recently, and I didn't know what was going on because when it came it was beautiful. And then I realized that although it likes high humidity, that's why it's sitting in this bowl of water, the water level was too high and this pot has a hole. So it was basically drowning it. So I raised the pot with these stones, and now it's not sitting in the water, it's sitting on top of the water. So now it's doing well. No more crispy leaves anywhere. And it's giving me so many babies. I mean, look at those leaves that are about to unfurl. I'm so happy. So I'm happy because it's happy. Okay, here's another faux orchid that we had to buy when we moved in here. It was like instant decor because we can't wait for something to grow that long. And here is my money plant, or actually no, it's not a money plant, it's a money tree, excuse me. And it's doing really well. Look, there's a baby here that's just getting big. And I have some 7s actually. Most of them are 6s, 6 leaves per stem, but some 7s as well in there. Lots of babies growing. There's a baby there, another one there, more inside. If you dig in, you'll be able to find them. Look, there's a little baby there. There, if I can focus on it. Ooh, come on, focus. No, it doesn't want to focus. But lots and lots of babies growing. There's another one there, can you see? There. And let me take you over. This is another spathophyllum, peace lily, that I got from a bargain store. It was around $10. No, sorry, 10 dirhams, so that would be around $3-4. And when I bought it, every single stem was flopped right down to the table. And I thought, this is a goner. But luckily, in this cooler temperature here, it's all the stems are now standing up, and I'm hoping all these leaves will unfurl as well. So I'm just patiently waiting for that. By the way, the golden glass I showed you, That's going to be its new home. I'm going to take it out of the soil eventually once it's calmed down and acclimatized to our place. And I'm going to wash all the soil off, and I'm going to put it in water in that golden glass. Because apparently, looking at the peace lily upstairs in water, they do well. They like it. So that's going to be its new home. More faux orchids. And here is my amaryllis. You've seen this one before, and it had a lot of juicy green roots, really, really nice. But then recently it lost a lot of them. Why? Well, summer came and the sun increased and the algae ate them all. So I washed all the algae off, and now I'm keeping it in this paper bag to keep it shielded from the sun, the roots only, of course. And so it can drink its water from hiding in this paper bag, just like bag ladies in America. And there's another spathiphyllum, a peace lily. This piece was like a baby that fell off the big one upstairs, so I potted this up, and I'm just hoping it just, recovers. And once it does, I'll see what I need to do with it. But it's not looking very happy right now. But, let's just hope. There are a couple of leaves there. There's another one under there. I'm just hoping it doesn't die. I don't give up on things until they're really like a goner. There's a tree stump there, doing nothing but looking beautiful and natural, God's creation. And this is my, let's see what the humidity is. Humidity today is 62%. That's amazing. I mean, usually I put a humidifier on. I have one in each room. But I haven't put my humidifier on, and it's 62 today, so that's good. Happy news for the plants. This is my Areca palm. It had a nice new baby frond growing there, but I was a bit lax on watering it, and it dried up. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. So it didn't even open up because it's like I needed water and you didn't water me. But it's got a couple of others growing, so I hope it forgives me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here's some more rescues over here. More rescues where I've actually stuck faux orchids in. But this beauty over here, that's not faux. Let me take you around and show you. This is a beautiful live orchid, and this is the second time it's bloomed on me, or rather the first time it's bloomed from scratch. The first time it was actually in bloom when I bought it from this stalk. It gave me 10 huge blooms, and I just grabbed it from the shop. And then when the blooms faded, it just grew another secondary spike and has given me this. How nice. So, it's doing well, and it's been blooming for a long time. Like, I think this is like its third month with these particular blooms, and they still look fresh. So let's hoping, these rescues look good. They're growing new roots, but none of them are giving me a primary spike. I've never had a primary spike, so I'm just hoping for one. This is a canna lily. This canna lily was also from a bargain shop, and it was doing so badly. All its leaves had some sort of a disease or something. I don't know what it was. They were all dying. Some of them were black. So I sprayed it with neem oil, diluted neem oil, and I poured down diluted 3% hydrogen peroxide. So I'm just hoping it recovers, because since then it has given me these beautiful big leaves. Look at these. So I'm hoping for a nice canna lily to come out anytime. More rescue orchids here, none of them giving me a primary spike. Let's just hope. This one I bought, although it's got a terminal spike in the middle, so this was wrong of me to buy this. I didn't actually check. Because usually when there's a spike growing from the middle of the plant, that means it's like end of story for the plant, really, because no other leaves can grow from there. So that was one mistake. This is one of my rescues that I was explaining, that I don't actually put it in media, I let it be free. I mean, it is an epiphyte. And what I do, I keep dunking it in that lightly fertilized water. And it does well. I mean, it's given me these beautiful blooms. I mean, look at them. I think God's creation is so amazing. I didn't know what these blooms would be because obviously it was a rescue. But look how beautiful they are. There's 4 of them. And this one's actually open today. Oh my gosh. This is the first time I'm seeing them. This is also a rescue. And the buds were coming out. And actually I didn't even know that they've opened. Look, they're opening. So you guys have shared that with me today. This is my second rescue orchid that's actually bloomed. I think it's something to do with this table. So I'm hoping this one that I put in polystyrene will do the same, because I've stuck a faux orchid in it to stop it looking so sad. But every time I feel that every time I stick a faux orchid in, the orchids say to me, get that fake thing out of me and I'll show you the real deal. And they end up giving me blooms. So now I'm sticking faux orchids in all of my rescues that I want to bloom. And you know, it's almost like a tease to them. Like, look, this fake one's staying in there until you give me the real thing. More rescues all the way down here. More rescue orchids here. This is a beautiful anthurium. My daughter gave this to me for my birthday. Some of the blooms are old now, but I've got a new leaf there and I've got 2 new blooms come out. So it's happy and I'm happy. This is a faux. That's my faux caladiums, but I'm going to get real ones one day, I hope, inshallah. And here is some little baby aloe vera that are not really doing much. Is a Dracaena, lemon and lime, Dieffenbachia, which is a dumb cane. It's really nice and huge. And here's some aloe vera that's not really happy in this pot. This pot's too big for it, I think, and I'm going to put it nearer the sun. So I'm going to repot it up. Here's some cylindrica, Sansevieria cylindrica. They're amazing, but they're so heavy that it took me hours to pot these. Every time I tried to pot them, one would topple over. So that's one thing to remember. They're very hard to repot, very, very hard. And this is my little bamboo palm baby. This is the only part of my plant collection that my husband actually likes. He just likes this corner. And he says the rest of it is just a messed up jungle all over there, all uncoordinated. He doesn't like it. He says the only thing I like is this sophisticated corner over here with that grown-up table and that little baby palm, bamboo palm. So I don't know why, but that's the only part he likes. And this is more faux orchids over here, because it's just too far back. It's like very, very far back from the window. Look, that's like many, many, many feet away. Now here I'm going to take you to my most favorite plant, the Aglaonema wishes. Oh my goodness, I mean, look at it. Look at that leaf. Look at the coloring. I mean, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but in reality it's a deep burgundy with gold. I mean, it's like really shiny gold as that leaf in the back. And each one is a different color combination. I mean, subhanAllah, it's amazing. It's got like a couple of buds in there, new leaf. And I just love it. I just love it so much. This is one of my first purchases around 6-7 years ago, my Sansevieria. And it's not doing badly, but you know, it's a slow grower. That one's just popped up from nowhere. They grow so fast when they do grow. They just like suddenly surprise you with a new baby. So that's it. That's my plant collection. I'm going to be doing some DIY soon. So I bought some huge canvases and I'll update you on that too. So I've got something in my mind, a big DIY project, and hopefully it will be successful and I'll let you know. And oh, let me show you where I put the rest of those cylindricas before I go. the 3 that I couldn't manage to get in there without the rest of them toppling over, I've just put them in here. I mean, this pot doesn't have drainage holes, but it should be okay if I don't water it too much, just sparingly, and hopefully it will do well. So thank you for watching, and have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.